Hello everyone, it's Jarran News. More than 570 herders and citizens of 14 homes were informed about the policies and decisions being implemented in the food and agricultural sectors. During the meeting, 10 types of vegetable seeds provided by the Minister and Food, Agriculture and Light Industry at an 18% discount were handed over to the homes. In addition, Ministry of Food, Agriculture and Light Industry has been provided with information on the shortage of staff in the agricultural sectors has worked.
We are working to provide more information on government policies and decisions in the food and agriculture sector. 3% loan from the government through commercial banks to support agriculture, loans from the Cooperative Development Fund and loans from internationally funded market project. And we are helping the citizens who live in the countryside to involve in those loans. This work was initiated by the Department of Agriculture and organized in 14 SOMs. Today we are meeting with the herders in Bayandong SOM. I participated in Bayerhood teachers training on vegetable in Toemek. The training was very effective. I fully understood that the garden begins by plowing, preparing the soil, and growing the seedlings properly. Training is planted in the sun. Seedlings of 5 or 6 varieties of the vegetable are ready. Cucumbers and onions are planted in the soil.
In 1939, 16 girls from Bayandong Som of Жаран.мн took part in the Battle of Halkhingol in July 1939. They worked as nurses, ironers, line washers, and cook at the Bayandong Military Hospital in 2019. On the 18th anniversary of the Battle of Halkhingol, a monument was erected in Bayandong Som to memory of these 16 girls. At that time, the elderly Sam proposed to establish a hall named after these martyrs, which came true today. The Sam established a hall named after Tsirung Chimitsiring, a veteran who now lives a peace and healthy.
I was born in 1924 in Baljet, Onang, and I am the 9th daughter of Tsirung, whose family name is Solalze Hokdut. I am very happy that the hall named after me has been established in Bayandong Som Secondary School.
There are currently 16 biographies of Partikins girls in the hall. He added that the historical facts related to these various will be ensured and spread. The Police Department of Жаран.мн is organizing a month Let's unit to be careful campaign in Hirlang Som to reduce and prevent crime. As part of the campaign, night vision events are being held for business that serve alcohol. The inspection relieved a number of evaluations involving the use of alcohol by minors.
During the inspection of the bar and restaurants located in the 6th and 10th parks of Hirlang Som, 3 violations of serving alcohol to minors were detected and they are being held accountable. The 6 parks of Hirlang Som is more concentrated in trade, service, and bar restaurants than other parks. The number of crimes is higher than in other parks. Directors and managers of the alcohol service organization were advised to install cameras and have security guards because there are more crowds of people when the bar closes.
A working group led by Erdenat, president of the Mongolian Confederation of Trade Unions, is working in Hinti and Жаран.мн from April 4 to 7. Today, a meeting of social partners was held at the Жаран.мn DPC. The meeting discussed the issues facing all employees, ensuring the right of the herders to social protection and the joint advices of the social partners at all levels.
Within the framework of the 105th anniversary of establishment of trade union in Mongolia, in accordance with the activities of the AMAC Tripartite Agreement on Labor, Society and Partnership, events are being organized to develop social partnership at all levels. The event was attended by the AMAC and SOMAS governors, trade union leaders, accountants, and employers. The goal of this activity is to become an AMAC without labor right violations.
Organized the I'm Nurse project competition among nurses of all levels and health organizations by the order of our province governor. Out of 45 nurses involved in the project, 80 nurses who implemented the project were selected as the second. Today, a theoretical test is being held among them.
Approved by the AMAC Governance Decree A 222 of 2022, I'm a Nurse project competition is being organized for the first time in Dornot. From the 22nd of April 2022 to the 2nd of May, the first stage in order to select participants has been organized. According to the guidelines, a total of 45 nurses submitted materials according to the 8 common criteria. 18 nurses passed the stage. Today, these 18 nurses are ready for the theory test. Theoretical examination will be held on 6th of May with a total of 100 tests in the field of professionalism, law, and ethics of medical profession. We are happy that the I'm a Nurse project is being organized for the first time in Dornot AMAC with the high prize fund to support the nursing profession and develop nurses. I would like to say good luck to all the nurses participating in the competition. 18 nurses have been qualified for the first round, and we are here today to participate in the second round. We will take the theory test today and the proficiency test on the 9th of May.
12 nurses will be selected in the second round based on the principle and subtraction that results of the theory and skills competition. The top 3 nurses will be selected based on the scores collected during the competition, the judge's evaluation of the final stage of the special best task, and a public poll, and each will receive an evidence payment of amount to 20 million. In order to prevent forest steppe fires, the Emergency Management Agency, the Ministry of Nature, Environment and Tourism, and the police are patrolling 6 posts in the province. In doing so, they warn drivers on the road to ensure fire safety and ensure the integrity of the fire prevention equipment and participate in traffic.
Within the framework of AMAC Governor's Office, one official letter on forest and steppe fire prevention of CS from the Emergency Management Agency, Department of Environment, and Police Department organized patrols at 6 posts outside of the AMACs between 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Within the framework of this work, we are monitoring the drivers of vehicles leaving the AMAC to ensure fire safety and to carry fire extinguisher and thermoses. During the inspection, drivers were provided with the adequate fire extinguisher. We are asking drivers to carry special fire extinguisher as there is a high risk of a fire on steppe road.
In connection with the start of motorcycle traffic on March 25, the AMAC Traffic Police Department is conducting protective and advocacy activities and the Carol shopping centers. As part of the event, citizens and businessmen selling motorcycles and related spare parts were given official notice. and citizens were wearing helmets and seat belts to warn drivers to follow traffic rules.
Дорнод аймаг's police are organizing advocacy activities because of the warm season and increase of the motorcycles. The event aims to prevent injuries from the motorcycle accidents, to promote the use of helmets to reduce injuries, to provide official notification to motorcycle parts retailers on the sale of standard helmets and other motorcycle service. As well as we are asking motorcycle drivers to wear helmet and seat belts and warn children under the age of 10 not to sit on the motorcycle. Young children ride bicycle and children under the age of 16 ride mopeds on street and main roads. We are working to stop this violation and warn parents not to participate them in traffic. I have been riding a motorcycle and soaring the people for 10 years. We always wear helmets for our passengers and ourselves because we must protect our passengers' safety. Wearing a reflective vest in cooperation with the MX police is a distinguishing feature from some drivers. There are about 40 people who saw a taxi on a motorcycle. Some people don't often wear helmets. It's one of the causes of traffic accidents.
Since beginning of the year, there have been 45 motorcycle-related traffic accidents nationwide. 21 people were killed and 25 were seriously injured. Therefore, the Traffic Police Department warns citizens and drivers to follow the traffic rules. As part of the public tree planting day, citizens, businessmen, and organizations started planting trees today. This is a special event that starts same time, national moment of the billion of trees, which will give more importance to planting trees, calculate the results, and increase control.
It's planned to establish a monitoring group. An independent monitoring working group will be established involving civil society organizations, non-governmental organizations, active citizens, and business entities that plant trees. These people are responsible for activating the planting process.
Citizens and businesses are encouraged to plant in their yards. If there is no planting fence, it is possible to plant trees in 6 public parks. The working group says that the most important thing is that to take care of the tree that have been planted and that the results will be achieved only if all 1 billion trees join the movement. By the degree of the President of Mongolia, the National Literacy Day is celebrated in the first week of May every year. Since 2017, Donnerdam has laid flowers to the monument of Saint Demdesering and 3 times state prize winner, people's writer, academic, and leading entertainer and great scientist. This time, children and parents were introduced to Saint Demdensering's information by uploading his biography and QR code from the AMOC's Central Library.
By the order of AMOC governors in 2017, we are organizing a flower laying ceremony at the monument of Demdensering for the 6th year under the motto, "Let's honor our mother tongue." As the part of the campaign to promote the mother tongue, a Mongolian language and writing competition for the students in 10th to 12th grades will be held at the AMOC Central Library at 2 p.m. today.
There was also an exhibition of sculptures on Asian cultures, heritage, and exhibitions of works by Mongolian script teachers of Hoskui Irdim. Tashbolpur Sum of Dornod Amagov is one of the largest Sumi with a large population. The Sum Center has more than 900 householders and supplies electricity to about 20 businesses. Current transition line capacity can cause damage and power outage. Therefore, the governor and other officials are working to increase the capacity of the transition line to 35 kV from 2016. And this year will be a real work.
On behalf of the local people, I would like to thank Sriglang Member of Parliament for initiating the construction of the 35 kV overhead transmission line in Dashbalpur Sum. Currently, our sum has a capacity of 10 kV. We believe that with the capacity of 35 kV, the infrastructure for trade, service, and production will be developed. In our sum, there are problems such as power outages and damaged our power lines, and we believe that the installation of 35 kilowatt overhead power line can solve these problems.
The tender for this work has been announced and will be built within a year with total budget of 7.3 billion MNT. Next year, Dashbalpur residents will have a reliable source of electricity and number of consumers and factories will be able to increase. Dashbalpur Sum is planning to carry out several large-scale work this year with the Sum batch, one of which will be landfilling with landfill technology. The Sum landfill covers an area of 4 hectares and is stock filled twice a year. This time, the landfill will be covered with pylons to prevent it from penetrating the soil. This work will be done with 285 million MNT from the Sum budget.
There are a lot of directions to organize and improve the waste problem of the Sums. In connection with this, our Sum signed a contract with a company to start work on the 1st of May to build the Sum's landfill using modern landfill methods.
Environmental friendly landfill technology is being continued for 3 months. It is planned to recognize the landfill and start sorting household waste at the source. Dashbalpur Hugil, a locally owned company, has a plastic container press, so it will first classify plastic rods. Mongolia's border barriers are outdated and wore off for many years, so they are being upgraded in stages. Renovation of the border barrier on the eastern border of our country has been doing for the last 2 years and is nearing competition. The current barrier is a 40 to 50-year-old steel with a cement base that meets international standards.
Within the framework of the work carried out by our border protection organization, with the support of Member of Parliament Sriglang, border engineering barriers have been established in 2020 and 2021. In 2020, a green border fence was built, and in 2021, barbed wire fences were built. Border guards and local people are very happy that these barriers have been established. In the past, due to the lack of fence, citizens and border guards have often got lost and crossed the border, raised irresponsible livestock, and crossed the state border and crossed the border due to the natural disaster. With the establishment of these barriers, border violations have been reduced by 100% and violation around the border by 20 to 60%.
Citizens often confuse border barriers with border lines. He explained that there is a barbed wire at a certain distance from the border line defined by Mongolian and international agreements. He mentioned that renewing of barbed wire is important for the prevention, detection, and suppression of border violation. The Old River flows through the territory of 5 sums of 2 emirs in east of Mongolia. Due to heavy rains in recent years, it has become necessary to build bridge in the Sum along the Old River. More than 1,000 residents of Harzat and Nemint Parks of Tashpalparsam will cross the old river and enter the Som Center. Herders had to go around at least 50 kilometers because the old wooden bridge was broken.
Member of the parliament Seraglon was submitted a proposal by the local government to build a bridge in the state budget. It's the only bridge connecting the Som to the local people. People from their father's family 80 kilometers north of the river drive 160 kilometers around the muddy water on one side to get to the Som in summer. And the old wooden bridge is damaged. It's very difficult for the large vehicles to cross the river, so it's necessary to drive more than 100 kilometers around the 50-kilometer road. Therefore, the construction of this bridge will save many people's money and gasoline and help the community. The bridge is expected to be completed within this year. Construction work of the bridge will be started completely in early May, and this is expected to be completed by August. If there is a need for inspection and repair, we will come and fix it.
Local people expressed their thought to build a new bridge over the old river to Seraglon, who is member of Mongolian parliament. The construction of a reinforced concrete bridge over the old river is starting with 1.9 billion MNT from the state budget. The 1 billion trees national movement will be able to work efficiently based on the voluntary participations of citizens. This is because planting trees on an overless area is not allowed, as evidenced by the growth of trees planted in the past. Therefore, we appeal every citizen of Donut province should plant trees in their yard. The economic incentive to plant trees is not yet clear, so people can plant trees on a voluntary basis.
Due to the fact that this work will start in 2022, but it's not clear how much the timber will cost and how long it will take, citizens often ask about support and incentives for planting trees. There is no clear answer to this question, so we don't have the opportunity to answer it either. As this is an initiative of the President of Mongolia, I am confident that the government will pay attention to planet activities and allocate funds. First of all, we need the tree nursery. Currently, pine and large trees are being planted. It's possible to plant more than 800,000 trees on 50 hectares of land. About 300 trees can be planted on 100 hectares of land. To plant a flowering tree, we need a nursery. Our Amag doesn't have an opportunity to grow this amount of trees.
Donut Amag has committed to plant 20 million trees in 10 years, of which 750,000 will be planted this year. 350,000 trees will be planted through mountain fortress, and the rest will be planted by citizens, businesses, and organizations. Within the framework of this work, an exhibition of sittings was organized and citizens were informed about tree planting. At the initiative of the government of Mongolia, a nationwide survey of prevention and early detection of infectious and non-infectious diseases prevented in the population has been launched. In Donut Amag, a total of 84,575 citizens will be involved in early detections and diagnosis. And in 2022, 55.8% of the population, or 47,276 citizens, are planned to be covered.
The support center hasn't been opened yet, but we are starting to work at the pathology center based on our own resources. Therefore, citizens are encouraged to cover their children and families if they receive an invitation from their family health center at the age of majority. As this early screening is conducted under the motto of health is national wealth, it's important for everyone to be involved early, to detect any disease early, and to prevent and treat further risks. We are registering citizens under the number 80 58 74 74 and assign them a number. It's planned to 35 to 40 people will be screened every day. In order to covered by this checkup, citizens must first pay for health insurance completely. From 2019 to the present, health insurance must be paid. Within 20 days, every citizen will be given a full medical examination. We plan to work with inpatient and outpatient specialists separately. Therefore, we aim to provide quality medical care that reaches every citizen.
31,505 children aged 0 to 17 will be screened at the Som Family Health Center. In addition, 35% of 53,070 people over the age of 18 will be involved in early detection and diagnostic at the Health Promotion Center of the Regional Diagnostics and Treatment Centers. Every citizen should receive an invitation from the Som Health Center for early detection. Thanks for watching news and see you next turn.